I've decided to solidify exactly what this podcast is about. Let's get into it.
So much calmer, terrified to suffer. I let go of the leather as I drift toward the shoulder.
So I do have a lot of interests in this world, but the constant that I always find myself going back to is I really enjoy the art of thinking my way through all of the processes that I do, whether it's real estate, acting, singing, whatever it is we're doing, making movies. Thinking has been the number one thing that I find so much joy in. And if you have smelled the roses at all recently, you know that thinking is a very scarce activity that people engage in these days. So my channel is going to be about the art of thinking your way through any topic, thinking your way through anything that you're listening to, watching, going about in the world, breaking down what does it mean to truly have thought through whatever it is that you are engaging in. And I think it'll come to a lot of different interesting headways, different topics that way. I'm a self-proclaimed professional thinker. And through the course of these videos, I hope that you agree by the time we're done that there's decent thought processes going on. If you think that there's nothing going on in my head at all, drop it in the comments. Maybe I'll have to think it through. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, this episode is brought to you by NutriShop Parker. It is your one-stop shop for high-quality supplements, protein powders, and wellness products that actually deliver. Whether you're building muscle, burning fat, or just trying to feel better every day, NutriShop's expert team can help you find what works best for you. If you're local to Colorado, stop by their Parker location for a personalized experience. And if you are tuning in anywhere in the USA, use code BRANDON at checkout for free shipping on your order. Fuel your goals the right way, the NutriShop way. All right, let's go. For example, when I first became a Christian, I had to break it down into very small pieces. And I think that if you've ever tried to solve a problem, that's the first thing they tell you to do, is to break it into as small pieces as possible, which that's no different than any problem you ever face in life, no matter the magnitude you think it is. It always can be chopped into little small pieces. So when I first was approaching my faith and people were questioning me in high school, and that's around the time people started questioning me, was around high school. Why do you go to church? Why do you believe what you believe? And the very, very first basic thought that I had was, okay, so what's the alternative, right? So I was two things on the table: be a Christian, not be. Of course, not be contains all the other religions. That contains everything that they say Christianity does not allow you to do, and vice versa. You can just put so much in this pocket, but this is a pretty easy pocket to just look at: being a Christian, not being a Christian. So it's okay. So being a Christian means that I know very clearly what my rules are. I know very clearly what my boundaries are. But even deeper than that, the next level of easier thought process was, what is the ultimate goal of each? Everybody's goal is some type of satisfaction, some type of ultimate winning, ultimate goal. In my opinion, in high school, people who weren't Christian, their ultimate goal was to be the own boss of their life, to win at life, to achieve millions of dollars, sleep with as many women as possible. Whatever it is, you have an ultimate goal that, for some reason, being a Christian does not fit into, right? And then as a Christian, your ultimate goal is heaven. Period, point blank. Every Christian's ultimate goal is to make it to heaven. Your relationship with Jesus, all that situation, it's about making it to heaven. So that's how I brought it down a little less. Okay, so let's bring it down another step, is how I thought it through, was, okay, we have heaven, we have everything else. What if I'm wrong? What if Christians are wrong? What if over here is wrong? And of course, I looked at over here first, and I was like, okay, so if they're wrong, that's eternal fiery pits of hell. Pain, screaming, no water. I was like, okay, shoot. Well, let's look at the Christians. If I'm wrong over here, I most likely rot in the ground. There's no cognition. It's just black. I don't feel anything. It's just over. Right? Obviously, in the pot over here, there's people like Buddhists. If you're wrong over here, even if the Buddhist situation, reincarnation, if they believe that, then I would probably come back as something great, because being a Christian ultimately leads you to do good, be good, and treat people around you with respect, which means that you would come back as something good. Okay, so another religion. To my knowledge, which I'd have to have full knowledge of, like the Muslim faith and what atheists and agnostics and all of them genuinely believe, but at the core of it, there's not really like an eternal damnation that I know of if you don't believe what they believe. Like, it's just like, I feel like it's always like an unanswered question, or a question that's like leading you to be like, you're just not fulfilled. You don't get what you want over here. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But at the core of it, if you're wrong about Christianity, it's way worse than being wrong about here. Because this is saying the separation from God is the ultimate torment that you could possibly find yourself in, because all good things come from God. If you're separated from all good things, what does that leave you with? And it was the easiest thought process, unemotional, outside of self-preservation, which is the number one human impulse, is to preserve yourself, to keep yourself alive and healthy. So I was like, it's very easy for me when I was first truly tasked with, are you a Christian? Do you really believe what you believe? Yeah, I do, because it's safe, it's logical, it makes more sense, and if I'm wrong, more than likely nothing happens. And I guess I missed out on tremendous wealth where everybody is after taking your wealth. Oh, I guess I missed out on the hordes of women that take down men like it's just a Tuesday at 10 a.m. every day. Like Shannon Sharp, all these other people. Oh, if I missed out on over here, I guess I didn't eat myself into an early grave. Do you get what I'm saying? The thought process when it comes to anything is just keep going down into its basic. So that was a quick kind of introduction into the type of thought process that I'm going to be going into, because it's every problem ever. And emotions typically are what keep you from breaking it down. And as we get to the tougher topics, the harder topics, you're going to understand just how your emotions cloud your logical judgment when it's something that really hits home for you. So if you've gotten anything from this, it is be prepared to think. That's what we do over here. Until next time.
Come and be like, he's a thinker.
We're thinking.